So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about my experience during school and all the things that I had to go through. I have been bullied since I was about 6 years old, and I was a cutter, but I stopped because I realized it doesn't really help me and it doesn't do me any good, because like there's other things you can do to get your mind off the pain. Pain doesn't always last. There is emotional pain that does last, mental pain that does last, but you can choose to become happy and choose to focus on something more positive. But the reason I stopped was because of my kid. I am diagnosed with MDD. It's, for those of you that don't know, MDD is major depressive disorder. And I have anxiety. So it's never a good mix. I used to get bullied when I was in middle school and high school. I didn't really have any friends. I wasn't per se the popular type. And I started cutting when I was around 14 or 15. And I, at the time, was very emotionally confused. I didn't know how to deal with the situations going on in my life. My dad, he is my best friend. Me and him get along so well, and we are so alike. And he became a cross-country truck driver. For those of you that don't know what that is, it just basically means he was a semi-truck driver throughout the states. So he was gone, and we only got to see him 3 days a month. So it was really hard for me. And I always told everyone that I consider one of my birthdays not a birthday because my dad missed it because he was on the road. I was 15. I had just gotten in high school. And so after that, well, okay, before that, when I was 13, it all started getting worse. When I was 13, I had a guy I was dating, and he was about 4 years older than me, and let's just say I didn't have a very good experience, and it's something that 13-year-olds should never go through. And another bad thing happened to me when I was 14 and I got in a relationship, and it went on for 1.5 years. I was abused. I do have scars, different places from being abused, and along with all of that, I had been getting bullied, and it was for stupid shit like, you're poor, you're so ugly, you're so fat, you're dumb. And at my age, it's terrible. Like, I don't know why, but kids think that the more money you have is the more popular you become. It's not. Popularity should not be about how much money you have. Popularity should be about how nice you are and how giving you are. And I keep switching my knees. I have ADHD, so I have a hard time sitting still. But I started turning to cutting because I did try telling my friends. I tried telling my friends the problems that I was going through, and anytime I did, I would lose more friends because it was too much drama. But that's what I thought friends were there for, is to talk you through hard times and be there for you. But I never really had that growing up. I didn't have true friends that were there for me, and I couldn't tell my parents what was going on. And recently, it's been a lot harder because I married the guy that I had a baby with, and ever since he and I had our son, it wasn't good. It was just toxic, and he left, and I was dealing with that, and my brother was doing drugs and drinking, and he was homeless. And I wanted to help him so bad. Me and my brother have a good connection. And it's just hard to deal with. And the fact that I never got to see my son, it just broke me. And there was a point that I just felt neutral. I couldn't be sad. I couldn't cry, and it just built up and made me angry. The only thing I could feel was anger and sometimes happiness. But I had just found out yesterday that my brother was diagnosed with schizophrenia. And for the people that don't know what schizophrenia is a mental illness, and it makes you hallucinate and hear voices and see things that aren't really there. And it was hard for me to hear that because I saw my brother as a different type of person. He was very caring and loving, and I mean, he still is, but I see him differently now. Not in a bad way, but as in, like, not really too sure who he is anymore. I'm not saying that as a bad thing to the people that do have schizophrenia. I am totally supportive. I want my brother to be better. I want to help my brother be better. All I want to do is help people, and I love helping people. But everybody has scars, whether it's physical or mentally. We all have scars. We've all had bad things happen to us. We've all done bad things. You know, you can't really help it. It's life. You live and you learn. And nowadays, because I've matured, I'm older, I've learned to deal with my depression in different ways. I don't really get too depressed anymore, but I do have my days. And when I have those days, all I think about is what makes me happy. I know a lot of people with depression say, oh yeah, think of things that make me happy. I've never thought of that before. Well, I don't mean things that are nice to think of. I mean things that make you genuinely happy. And if you don't have that, then think of things that you want to look forward to in your future. Think of life goals. Think of, man, I'm going to be so successful one day, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, whenever. And just think about things like that. Or you can get your mind off of it by like drawing or listening to music. I personally don't like listening to music. It just makes me cry more. But everyone's different. They cope in their own ways. But I just wanted to share with you guys a little story about my depression throughout my life. I have dealt with a lot. I can relate to people who are going through hard times. I was kicked out at 17 because I didn't listen to my parents. And that was on me, not them. So I had to learn life the hard way. And I moved out of state, and when me and the guy I was living with broke up, I went back to my parents' house in Washington, and my grandpa was dying of cancer. And that was the biggest thing in my life at that moment, was my grandpa dying of cancer. I didn't really think anything of it at first, because I'm the type of person who, if I see it, I'll believe it. If not, but I'm not saying I didn't believe he had cancer. I'm saying I didn't believe that he was dying. So I didn't take it too seriously, but towards the end, I was there for him every single day, up until the day he died. And when he died, it didn't faze me. It's not because I'm heartless and I don't care about him. I really do. I think it was just me being shocked. Or it could have been because I was hurt so many times in my life that I couldn't really have that sympathy. But eventually it did hit me, and it came back so hard because I didn't let it go when it was happening. Everyone lets go of things that are hard for them at different times. It could happen instantly, or it could happen months from now. But I just wanted to let you guys know, I am here. If you guys ever have a struggle or have a problem or want to talk, you can. I can totally relate to most things. So yeah, if you watched all the way through, thank you for watching, and I'll post another video. I don't know what day, but it will be soon, I promise. So please like this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching.